At the NFL draft these past few years, you may have noticed players and officials trading more than handshakes.
I sort of think the bro hug is for young men today what the handshake has always been for men. It's not something that people read into. When they see it done, they think, okay, here's two men who are being friendly with each other, and that's it.
Professors Corey Floyd of the University of Arizona and Mark Moorman of Baylor University have written extensively about male interpersonal communication. They described the bro hug as a handshake-hug hybrid.
It's a little bit more physical, maybe even a little bit more aggressive than, say, a hug with a woman. The physicality of it, the shaking, the patting, the hitting, the chest thumping, all of that.
Yeah, we're guys.
You know, so it looks more physical, it looks more rough.
What are the factors that have contributed to the rise of the bro hug?
I think that as a culture, we're just less homophobic now. Nobody's going to object or think anything other than, you know, a friendly or an affectionate type of gesture.
So it's safer to show non-romantic affection without it being misinterpreted now?
I really think so, yeah.
I always, whenever I see one of my guys in our fraternity, I always just go up and give him a good bro hug. Just you know, like when you first see him, like you just go up and give him a hug and just be like, dude, what's up, man?
These members of Baylor University's Phi Kappa Chi fraternity have fully embraced the bro hug. All right, Kyle, can you break down the bro hug for me?
Yeah, so I think when I think of the bro hug, it kind of starts out as a handshake. You go in, but then it kind of just morphs into kind of like an embrace like this. So you start with a handshake, but then like throw out the arm and go in there for the essential bro hug.
Mark, how essential is the back clap?
It kind of signifies this is what we're doing, and then, you know, now it's
like
over.
The punctuation to the sentence.
But sometimes what should end with an exclamation point peters out in an unsettling question mark. The most awkward bro hug in history may have been in 2014 between then-President Barack Obama and his outgoing press secretary, Jay Carney. Okay, so what happened there?
That's about as bad as it gets. That's when one person goes for the bear hug and one goes for the bro hug.
Total miscommunication.
'Cause what happens there is you get one of your hands trapped in between two-armed embrace, and so you're hugging like this, and the other guy's got both arms around you, and you don't know what to do.
A man's comfort level with physical affection, says Floyd, is rooted in family.
We have found that when men are very affectionate with their sons grow up to be comfortable with that.
It's like this, boom, boom, like that.
None of this comes as a surprise to photographer Lamont Hamilton and choreographer Andre Zachary. They're old hands at what's called dapping.
I dapped with my uncles, I even dapped with my grandfather. Like, for instance, if I got reprimanded for something by my pops, that would be his way of saying, you know, I had to, but everything's all good. There's still love here, because above all, the DAP is love.
Giving DAP, an acronym for dignity and pride, is something that African American men have been doing for a long time.
However many black men there are in America, that's how many variations there are on the DAP.
Take a look at this North Carolina elementary school teacher dapping with his students.
We would create DAPs in elementary school, you know, like your secret handshake with, you know, your group of friends.
Hamilton and Zachary's touring multimedia stage show celebrates the DAP and its surprising history.
The DAP as we know it started with black soldiers during the Vietnam War. Black men were swept out of Watts, out of Chicago, out of Harlem, and sent over to Vietnam. So this was a way for black soldiers to show solidarity and say, we're together, this is our code. The hug gesture of the DAP had a very specific meaning, and that was, I got your back and you have mine.
The title of the show, 5 on the Black Hand Side.
The title is from a saying within the black community. It's like, give me 5. And on the black hand side, most darker skinned black people have two-toned hands. So that was a way to say, no, don't give me 5 on the white hand side, give me 5 on the black hand side.
Okay.
As a way to connect skin. I think one thing that's been brutally misunderstood is the compassion that black men have for each other. And we always say we love each other. We have boundless affection for one another and compassion for one another.
And that ease in expressing affection is now being shown by men everywhere.
Whether people want to admit it or not, people are tantalized by a lot of things Black culture. And when they see people dapping, especially when it started really getting into mainstream cultures, do like sports and stuff like that, it became something everybody kind of started picking up on.